Wednesday, and welcome back to the Makers Gonna Learn YouTube channel. Today's project, y'all. First of all, this is so stinking cute. Look at this. Can you believe that we made this with our Cricut, number one? But we're going to be teaching you all how to make this beautiful shirt. And number one, this design right here is a super trendy design. I have seen so many people that have been, like, especially on Etsy, the big like not even straight stripes with like a cute design on top of it. This is so trendy. But like, imagine this for a 4th of July shirt. I love it. I think that it is perfect. So this is what we are going to be making today. Now, if you are not an MGL member, you can still recreate this. Watch this for free. Learn how to use puff vinyl, how to layer puff vinyl. Really, that's the main thing. Like, we are layering. We're not layering the puff. We are layering puff on top of regular vinyl. But you can still recreate something similar. But to recreate this exactly, you do have to have an MGL account, because we are giving you all of the cut files for this. And special thing, if you want to try us out before jumping feet first into the MGL Plus membership, you can grab your 7-day trial and you can grab the files that we're going to be using today. You do get 20 download credits with your 7-day trial. You get all access to our website, all the courses, all of the fonts. You can look at all of the fonts and files with your trial membership, but just know that you are limited to the 20 credits. And then once you become an MGL Plus member, you get them all for free. So let's go ahead and talk about all of the supplies that you are going to need for today. So first up, we have our t-shirt. Now, we are using a comfort color t-shirt today. This is in the ivory color. You can use whatever kind of shirt that you want. It doesn't have to be this one specific, but I know that most of you all love to know exactly what we use. So we are using a comfort color shirt in the color ivory today. And I think that this color looks so good. Like, this color combination right here is chef's kiss. This is going to be the base of our shirt. Next up, you are going to need the light blue vinyl. So we are using Caesar Easy Weed vinyl. This is just regular heat transfer vinyl, the Caesar Easy Weed regular heat transfer vinyl. And this is in the pale blue color, okay? So we are using this color for our stripes. Now, once again, you don't have to use the exact same colors that we use, but if you want this exact design, this is in the pale blue color. Next up, the puff that we're going to be using. Look at this red. This red is very similar to the red of of the Celebration Warehouse, like non-shed glitter. I'm not a huge red fan, but this red is bomb. I love this color red. Now, this is the Vinyl Tool Supply Metallic Super Puff. So this is, you do have to get this specifically from the Vinyl Tool Supply website. You can also get Caesar Easy Weed from Vinyl Tool Supply. We have that link down below. Also, guys, if you want to, you can use code MGL for a percentage off at Vinyl Tool Supply. I think it's 20% off. It was one of those things, it may be 20, it may be 15, I don't know. It's been a minute since I've used it. But use code MGL. It was one of those things when we set this code up with Vinyl Tool Supply. Shout out Sarah. Love this material and her store. But when we were setting up that code, she was like, well, I can give your customers some percentage off and then you will get a kickback. And we're like, no, we don't want a kickback. Just give it all to our customers. We love you all so much. Just give the full discount to our customers. So make sure if you go ahead and grab the metallic super puff from Vinyl Tool Supply, use code MGL, okay? Now, other than that, the other things that you are going to need, you will need a cutting mat. Obviously, we're going to be cutting our vinyl and our puff vinyl with our Cricut. You may want to have a t-shirt ruler. This is not necessary. You don't have to have a t-shirt ruler. You can kind of like use your hand and your fingers to kind of give you a guide of how far down it needs to be. But if you have a t-shirt ruler, grab a t-shirt ruler. That just allows you and helps you really get it all lined up where it should be. So we will be using a t-shirt ruler today. And then we are going to be using a Teflon sheet. Now this is we bought a new Teflon sheet because our old one was starting to get rough. So we are going to be using a Teflon sheet, and this is very important for this puff vinyl because you have to press puff vinyl twice, or at least this brand specifically, you have to press it twice. So you need a way to cover it up for the second time, which is why we have the Teflon sheet and why it is very important for this project. Now, going to one, the last thing that you are going to need is a heat source. Now, we have our heat source over here. It's kind of a little bit out of the way. We did not plug it up with an extension cord, and we've got that cord stretched, and this is as far as we can go. But we are using, this is our new heat press that we got from Heat Press Nation. We really like this heat press. I love that it has this little pull-out drawer. If you've been around the channel, you know that we have in the past used our StarCraft, and we loved it, but it was always out of stock. So we decided to get a new one and try something new. So far, we are liking this one. There are a couple things about this one that I wish it had, but we do really like this heat press from Heat Press Nation. Now, I know that I'm gonna get the question, what if I don't have a heat press? I want to be completely transparent and honest with you. If you do not have a heat press, it might be harder for you to get the results with puff vinyl that you want. If you don't have a heat press, unfortunately, your shirt is probably not going to look like this. And let's go overhead so you all can see the puff really well. The part of the puff, one of the things that makes the puff really work is pressure. So having that pressure from the heat press is actually very important when you are working with puff vinyl. Now, if you have a large Cricut Easy Press that can cover the whole thing, or let's say it can cover this piece and then cover this piece. Now you've got to be careful if you're going to put it all on separate because it may not cover this whole thing. But if you have a larger one, you can get by with putting puff vinyl down without a heat press, because those things are pretty heavy and you can add manual pressure on top of it. But just know that in my experience, puff vinyl works best with a heat press, okay? So, like I said, can it be done with an easy press? Possibly. Have I personally ever tried it? No, not really. We may have to, one thing we may do if we have time, we'll see. We may try to work it in, but I may try to grab one of our big easy presses, and on like a test piece of fabric, we may test it and see if I can get puff vinyl to work with an easy press. Not a mini easy press, a large easy press, okay? So, now that we have gone over all of our materials that you are gonna need today, let's go ahead and hop over to our share screen, and we're gonna grab the files that we need to create this project. Hello! So the first file that you're going to need is this thick stripes. Now, just so everyone is aware, all of our files are linked down below. So all you have to do is click that link and it should take you straight to these files. If not, you can search thick stripes in our cut files section. So you're going to need to download the thick stripes. The next one that we're going to be using is this one. It's labeled Stars 1. There are 4 stars together. I'm going to show you how we're going to manipulate that here in just a little bit. So we're going to download that one as well. And then the font that we're going to be working with today is Dreamer. Y'all, this font is a really, really good font, especially for this design in this shirt. I love this font. So to download a font, you're going to click this download icon. It's then going to live up here with all of your other downloads, and it is a font, so we need to install it into our computer before we can use it in Cricut Design Space. So to do that, you're going to double click that font. If you are on a Mac, it's going to pull up in your font book. If you are on a PC, it's going to be called your character map. Now, if you are on a PC, you might have to right click and extract that font. But if you have issues, one thing that I do want to make sure you all know, underneath every font, you can choose which operating system you are working with, and we have a how to download and install font video for you. So you can choose Mac, PC, or iOS, and we have a video down here linked for you. So those are the 3 things that you need to grab. I'm seeing everyone that just came from the amazing training that Tanner just had.
Oh my gosh, y'all, I am so excited to be here. We, in our Passive Earner Society community, just had a fire call, and I wanted to make sure to not like leave that call, and I'm so excited to be here as well because this technique, Lauren, like pop off.
Like, have you taken a minute to look at this?
Honey, all American girl for the 250th anniversary. Let's go.
Today we're gonna do one that says Land of the Free.
Ooh,
you can do different sayings. You
oh my gosh, you and your mom could both wear these.
All American Girl and Land of the Free. We could be matching.
Yes,
twins.
For this Memorial Day. I'm so excited. We have so much coming. I am just having so much fun today. I hope you all are doing so well. So if you're watching the replay, share with us how you're doing in the chat. We'd love to update you or get an update from you. And we're so excited to talk about layering puff. Yeah. I, this week, have been trying to con Courtney into developing or working to develop, and it's working, some crazy tools.
I've already heard.
Some crazy tools. I'm like, my mind's just getting warmed up. On some amazing tools that are coming.
Yes.
So we're making some magic happen
Big
for this
upgrades
July.
to MGL Plus.
Yes, so good. So good.
You might want to go ahead, if you're not a member, I'm telling you right now, me and Courtney have already talked about these changes that Tanner is kind of teasing. And it's something like, she was telling me, and I'm like, okay, so does that mean like MGL Plus is going to be more expensive? Because like that's a big thing what we're adding. But
yeah, and what I want to know is like, I've been looking at the marketplace and like looking at, you know, not as in like trying to compare, but like no one's really doing it.
No one is doing what we're bringing to MGL Plus here soon.
Y'all, just buckle up. If you're already inside, you're going to be getting a big treat.
If you're not inside, you might want to go ahead and get inside.
Yes, so good.
So let's go ahead and hop back to Design Space and let's start the process of putting our design together. So here is what we have, and actually this is all set up for us beautifully, but one thing that I love to do is just start with a new blank canvas, because that just helps me top down and also shows you how to set this up. So I am going to open up a new canvas, start designing a new canvas. Maybe not. What's it doing? Let's just open up a new window. We'll just do that. Maybe not. Yeah, here we go. Okay, has it been doing this to you all where it's making you sign in every single time you turn around? I'm not a fan of that. I don't know what's in the works. I'm not saying that maybe they'll fix it. Maybe they're just doing some updates. Okay, I'm trying to sign in again. Failed to open the server. So, okay, so we're not gonna open a new tab. We're just gonna, it completely signed me out altogether.
Gotta sign in again.
I should have just left it alone. I should have left well enough alone. Let's try it one more time. Let's just go here.
Crazy.
Cricut Design Space. No, I don't want set.com, Cricut.com. I need to sign into Design Space. Sign in. Can't find server.
Oh no, maybe try it in Chrome.
Okay. We'll try it here. Cricut. I have to like say Cricut
I know, it's
every
so
time.
funny.
Okay, sign in here. Aha, here we go.
I don't know if it'll link because it's auto sending you to Safari. So we shall see. We shall see.
Let's try this one more time. What are you all creating these days? What's going on?
Yes.
Let me know.
So good.
Okay. Tanner at, oh, that's it. Co.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
That is funny.
Boom. Okay, so we're signed in, but is it going to let me? Okay. It did it.
We're updating.
Okay, so blank canvas. Actually, it's not blank. It's just still here. So we're not going to do anything else. We're just going to leave it as is. And I'm just going to walk you through it. So let's just go ahead and delete these, and we'll delete this. I know we need them, but I want to make sure that you all know exactly how to do this start to finish.
Totally.
Okay? And you know what? Let's just go ahead. Let's group it together first, and then we're going to hide it. Perfect. So to start the process of designing, you're going to come over here to the left-hand side of your screen, and you're going to click Upload. You're going to go to Upload Image, and then we're going to bring in those files that we just downloaded. So I'm going to go to my downloads. First thing I'm going to do is grab my stripes, because this is my base of my design. So I just like to kind of start building from there. So we're bringing our stripes in first. Next, we're going to come over here to our uploads, and we're going to upload our stars. So I'm going to bring my Finder back into view one more time. Open up this stars. Now I do want the SVG version, so I'm going to make sure that I highlight that SVG file, drag it and drop it, and there are our beautiful stars. Yay. Now you can see that these stars come in all as one layer. I'm going to show you how we're going to contour those out, and we're going to manipulate those so that you can move them wherever you want on the screen. Beautiful. Now, we have our stripes and we have our stars. The last thing that we need is our font. So to do that, because we have already downloaded the font onto our computer and Cricut Design Space reloaded itself, I don't have to go back and come up here to view and reload. I'm not going to do that today, but if you are working in Design Space and you did not know, if you go and download a font while Design Space is still open, it's not going to recognize that new font until you relaunch Design Space. So if you do that, what you will then need to do is come back over here, go to view, and click that reload so that it now recognizes all of those new fonts. So I'm going to grab a text box. I'm going to come up here to where it says Cricut Sans, and I'm going to change that text to our Dreamer font. Now, to find all of the fonts that you have uploaded onto your computer yourself, you do need to go over to System Fonts, and I'm just going to type in Dreamer. And here is our beautiful font. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start the designing process. Now, first thing, we're going to hop overhead, and you are going to get measurements of how large you want your design. I'm going to grab a tape measure.
I really like how this shirt, that the example you have, like, is pretty big. Like,
yes.
She's a big one.
Yes, it is very, very big. So looking at this one from side to side, it's actually not as big as you would think. It looks like it's about 9 1/4 from one side of this strap to the other. Now this one is on a size medium shirt. The other shirt we have is a large, so it's just a little bit bigger. So we could probably make it a little bit bigger if we wanted to. So side to side, this one is 9 1/4. And top to bottom, it's roughly a little bit over 10 3/4, but not quite 11 inches. So we could even make this a 1/2 of an inch bigger and still fit on a 12 by 12 piece of heat transfer vinyl if we wanted to. So coming over here and bringing our large in, we can decide how large we want our stripes. So this one, if you wanted to, you could go 11 inches across. Now, if you did that, this one right here is currently 12 inches across. So I'm gonna come up here to size, and we're gonna make it 11 inches. And if I make it 11 inches, that still makes it too large for a 12 by 12. Now, if you have heat transfer vinyl that is on a roll and you want to use a 12 by 24 inch mat, you are more than welcome to do that. But for it to fit on a 12 by 12, we do need both of these numbers, both our width and our height, to be under 11 1/2. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep that size aspect ratio locked. And because I know that I need my height to be under or right at 11 1/2, I'm just gonna come over here and type in 11.5. And that's gonna give me the size that I can put on this shirt, which is about it's about 9 3/4 inches. So going back overhead right here, and I think that's a good size. Like, I think that's gonna make this shirt feel like it's filled up. So we've got 9 3/4 inches across, and we've got 11 1/2 from top to bottom. I feel very comfortable with that. So now that we have our base of our stripes set back in Design Space, we're gonna change the color because I like to make the colors look like they're going to in real life. So we're gonna change that to that light blue color, and we're just gonna start adding our text. Now, I do think that it is important that we add our text first before the stars, because the stars can fill up those places that we need. So I'm going to type in Land of the Free. That's what I said I was gonna do. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type in Land of the Free, just to see how I like it, to see if I like the way that that looks. And y'all, I don't. I surely don't. And I think I want land separate from of the and then free underneath. So what I'm gonna do, double click this. That was weird. There we go. I am going to make this there and then enter here. And this is starting to feel more like what I'm going for.
Oh, heck yeah.
100%.
The lines are so good.
And that's what I was telling them earlier. Like, this is a very, very trendy design.
Yeah.
If you search on, if you're window shopping, it doesn't matter where you're window shopping, at a boutique, on Etsy, online, wherever, you are going to see these kind of like uneven whimsy stripes right now.
It's in.
Very, very, very big.
So good.
But one thing that I'm not loving at all is the line spacing.
I was about to say the same thing.
That line spacing.
But you know what that looks like?
ain't
2012.
It does. It surely does. So what are we gonna do to make this better? There are a couple ways that you can do that. One, if we come over here to format, I always have to kind of think what they're called these days.
I know, right?
And yeah, I digress.
It's the new.
The new. You always have to keep up with the new. So you can come over here to format, and we can just manually pull in the line spacing. But I want you all to see, look at how those F's line up. That ain't it for me. No. I don't like that. That don't look good right there to me. And it shouldn't look good to you either. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna manually manipulate these lines, which is how you can truly get a custom look. Because I also think I want the word of and the to be just a little bit smaller than the word free. Like I want the word free to stand out. So what we're gonna do, back up here to format, we're gonna go down to the very bottom of that drop down menu and we're going to ungroup these words to lines. That is the first step, is we're ungrouping to lines. So we know which words we want on each individual line. Is going to really help you the most. But then once you have that set, you can come in here and ungroup to lines, and now I can manually manipulate all of these words. And look how much better it looks when I just do of the a little bit smaller, and we can make free bigger. And I might even, what does a capital F look like? I don't know. Also not it with this font. Keeping it lower. So we can now manually manipulate this, bring this one in. I even think I want of the even smaller. Like this, land of the free. And look how much better that right there looks immediately.
Totally.
Now, one thing I will say, what this one says, All American Girl. This font does have the cutest little tops of the eyes with the little hearts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can play around with it if you want. I do like the All American Girl. It is missing those little hearts because Land of the Free doesn't have an eye in it. But if you wanted to, you could add little hearts around this.
Totally.
And I almost feel like I want to offset this one here. I think I kind of like that. Do you see how it's just a little bit offset? And then we can put like a little star here.
Yes.
I think that's where I'm going with this. So once you get your text set to where you want it, and I am going to change the colors really quickly. Let me just go in here and change these to red because that's really going to help us get an idea of what it looks like. I am going to, let's select all of these and see what our sizing is. So we are sitting at 7.4 by 7.82, a great size for this. So I'm just gonna come over here, come back down to combine, and I'm gonna unite those back together. Now the cool thing about unite is even after you have united those, you can ununite, but if you still wanna manipulate just a little bit more, you can come over here and drop this menu down, and you can just select one individual layer and move it, and look, I can now move this around individually. And then when I let go, it's right back to where we were with the unite. Top notch.
Cool.
Love that. So the last thing that we need to do, I might make it just a little bit bigger.
Susie, we've been thinking about you. She says first graduation, then I'm making this cute shirt. Yes, Susie,
yes.
We hope you're recovering well.
Absolutely. So the last thing that we need to do for this is we need to add these stars in. But the stars are one layer, so we can't drop, there's not a menu or not anything to drop down and just select one layer. So what you have to do if you have a file that is like that is we're just gonna come down here to the bottom and we're gonna contour. Now before we contour, I'm just gonna duplicate this because these stars look a little bit different. All of them are a little bit misshapen, which I personally love. It just looks very hand-drawn. But you're gonna choose the ones that you like the best and contour out the rest. So I think this one up here is super cute. So I'm going to contour out all of these and get that one first, bring it over here, and then contour out the others, and then add this one in. Now you can always go back and pick which ones you want, do whatever you like, make them larger, smaller, whatever, but we are going to pretty much kind of get an idea of where we want our stars, and then from there we can just duplicate each individual one. I'm gonna make this one smaller so that it fits in here like this. Yeah, I like that. Maybe even just a little bit smaller. And then if I feel like I'm working from way far out. I'm sorry, guys. Bring this one, and actually I'm gonna duplicate this one, but I think I want to do one of the other stars. So I'm going to come back down here to contour. Like, I think I want this one. This one is a little bit misshapen. So I'm just going to
you're just wanting to play
bring
around.
this one in.
So smart. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that. I would have went back to uploads and redid it. That
Yeah,
so
you can.
smart.
Yeah, no need to re-upload.
Oh my gosh.
No need.
That's amazing. That's the hack of the day, y'all. Like, you know how there's always like a mini training and the training? That's the mini training for me.
That's the mini training. And I think we can maybe do this one down here. But one thing I do want to tell you, I am going to keep these stars on the outside edges separate, strictly because, but I am going to make this one part of this design. So I'm going to select this one. We'll go ahead and change, we don't have to change it to red. And then I'm going to select Land of the Free, and I'm going to come down here and combine and unite those together, which it changed it to gray. Why didn't it change it to red? So I'm going to unite those together just because it's within the bounding box that was already there. It would be wasteful for me not to just go ahead and unite that and get that star in there. But these I do want to keep separate, because if I do all of these together, then our size, we are over, because the puff vinyl doesn't come in a true 12 by 12 sheet.
Right.
So you do have to be kind of aware of that. Let's see if it would fit. Actually, I don't think it is, because it's 11.8. So we're just going to go back and we're just going to keep these stars separate, and we'll just place them down individually. Now I am going to, no, I'm not going to change them red. I'm going to, in my mind, I know they're red. I know they're red. But I do want them to cut on a separate mat, because I don't think that or maybe I'll have enough room. We might change them red. But I do want to duplicate this one here and add another one up here, I think. Sure. Looks good. Good for me. And then we're just going to select all of these that are gray. We're going to come up here to the color, and we're going to change them to red. And boom. There is our shirt. That is what we are designing. Now it is time for us to cut and press our design. So we're going to go to Make It. So you can see it puts it all on the same mat, but let's go ahead and add this puff vinyl to our mat to see if we do have enough room, and I think we will. So this one is 10 inches. This piece of Super Puff is actually 10 by 12. I don't know where our MGL brayer went. It must be out there, because I've been using it.
You want a new one? Here's your fresh one.
Yeah, give me a fresh one.
We love a fresh MGL brayer.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, well, there you go.
I found it. I found it. It's right here.
So good.
So we're just going to braid this down. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop back over to Design Space. Now that I know that I have 10 inches to work with over here, I'm just going to move these down so that I know that they are going to fit on this material.
Love that.
So now we're only using one sheet of puff vinyl for this. Now we do need to mirror, because we are cutting this on heat transfer vinyl. So we need to make sure we mirror, and we also need to make sure we mirror this. Now, normally if it was lines, I would say leave it alone, but these are like kind of uneven lines, so we're still gonna mirror. It's honestly just a good habit to get into. If you're working with vinyl, mirror your vinyl, okay? Or heat transfer vinyl, not regular vinyl.
Yeah.
Gonna go to continue. We're gonna use our Explorer 5 today on the mat. Hold up. That was new.
What?
It said it did not make me go back to the canvas to change my machine. It let me change the machine from a drop-down menu.
Wow.
It's
really the small things today.
It's the little
That's
things.
actually epic. Thank you, Cricut.
Thank you, Cricut. Oh, now it did It did change where my stuff was.
Well, you can't have it all, Lauren.
You cannot have it all. Beggars can't be
Be
choosers.
Oh.
Not around here. So we're just manipulating these back down, making sure we mirror. Coming back over here, changing that to mirrored as well, and clicking continue. Like I said, we are using our Explore 5 today.
Love it.
Here on the table, it is connecting, trying to, maybe, almost there, so they say. Does anyone have any questions so far?
I mean, it looks so fun. I guess my question is, like, is there anything people should be concerned about when it comes to layering, like with the puff vinyl, like the regular HTV with puff on top? Like, what would you say about that?
I don't think that there really is anything to necessarily be concerned about. Now, it is going to get, it's not as hard because we are working with regular HTV and not layering puff on puff.
Yeah.
You do kind of have to be careful if you are trying to layer puff on puff, but because we're doing just regular HTV and puff on top of that, there really isn't anything to be worried about. We just make sure that we layer. We've not had any issues with the puff not sticking to the regular HTV. It still says it's trying to connect.
Oh, no.
Maybe I'll cycle my machine on and off. Let's try that. I'm just actually gonna unplug it because there's no on and off button.
Yeah. That's crazy.
We're just gonna.
You know, like Tesla's, they don't have an on and off button.
I didn't know that. Oh yes, I did know that. You just get out and it turns off.
You just get out. You just get in. It's so funny.
Okay, we're still trying to connect. It still says almost there.
Almost there.
It does seem like.
Can you connect via Bluetooth?
Let's try that. Oh wait, it says I have to disconnect here. So let's try it now. Connect. Wait, why do we have two Explore 5s on here? We have an Explore 5 that says 650 and then an Explore 5 that says 070E.
Couldn't tell you.
It don't make no sense. Mary says, random question, what do you prefer, a Maker 4 or an Explorer 5? A Maker 4, all the way, in my opinion. Not that I don't like the Explorer 5, it's just the Maker series machine just has so many more capabilities than an Explorer. Not that we actually, you know, I always say that, but I feel like we use the adaptive tools sometimes, but I would say 90% of what we do is still with either a fine point blade or a deep point blade.
Yeah, there's just so many of the, like,
oh my goodness.
I know that you all want to be able to use everything, so that's why, like, we still respect the Maker.
I don't know. I never really turned it on and set it up. Okay, let's maybe try to connect it again. We were not having issues. Oh no.
Come on, Cricket.
Okay, I'm going to hit save. And I'm going to reload Design Space. I just saved it. Why is it giving me keep? Save. I saved it. View. Or let's try to connect now. It still says connecting.
Maybe try to connect again via the wire.
I did. I just plugged it in, and that's what it started saying. Connecting.
Okay, cool. Yay! Congratulations, someone just got their first Cricut. Woo!
Yes.
Congratulations, Naturally Mellow. Yay! You'll love your Cricut maker. It's so good.
Okay, reload. I'm gonna say replace because I've saved it, right? It's saved.
Perfect.
Okay, so replace.
Yeah. Ba-da-ba-bum-bum.
Maybe we'll just go back to my stuff.
Oh my gosh, no worries. A Maker 3 is plenty. It's so good. You can do everything.
Oh yes, I love a Maker 3.
Such a great machine.
Okay, all it took was me refreshing the page and now it's connected. Thank you.
So good.
Okay, on that, let's go through this for the third time. Let's go ahead and mirror it and move these around like this. Beautiful. And mirror and continue. Now, I'm just cutting this puff vinyl on everyday iron-on. That's all you
Perfect.
have to cut it on. And we are gonna load this in. That was my blue mat. I almost did it, oopsie. I have my blue mat selected. So we're gonna add that one in first, which is actually the way that we should be doing it because we will put the blue down on the shirt first.
Yep.
And then we'll do the red puff. So, let's see, what are we? Perfect. We are at 305 already for the stripes. And then we're gonna have to bump it down, bump our heat press down after our stripes because the Caesar Easy Weed gets pressed around 300 degrees. It's actually 305 specifically, but around 300 degrees is what we press our Caesar Easy Weed on, and we press our puff vinyl on a lower temperature.
Perfect.
So we are going to unload here, and then I'm going to go ahead and add in our red puff vinyl. We are doing this on everyday iron-on, and play.
Uh-oh.
No, it's fine. It's just, I was being silly. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and weed our stripes. Now, as you can see, this did pretty much take up a 12 by 12 piece of heat transfer vinyl. So just be aware of that. This design is a large design. You will need a full 12 by 12 sheet. They're not completely full, but pretty close. Oh, I just love Caesar Easy Weed. It's so easy.
Good.
Okay, so now what we are gonna do is we are going to get our t-shirt ruler, place that there, and we are going to center up our design. Now, the way I like to center designs is take my HTV like this and add a crease in the top of my carrier sheet. Do you see how that now has a crease right there? And now I can line that crease up with the center of that t-shirt ruler. So now we have our stripes on exactly where they go.
Yay.
Now I will say with heat transfer vinyl, your carrier sheet is sticky, so all you have to do is kind of press it down on the shirt and you should be able to pick it up and it not go anywhere. Like this right here. Let's go to one. Like that. And then we are going to pull our...
I love that part of the heat press.
I know, I do too. It's still lined up beautifully. We're gonna make sure that that goes in right there. And I'm not personally gonna cover this one just yet, but we are pressing this at 305 for about 10 to 15 seconds.
Perfect.
Boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Now, Caesar Easy Weed is a warm peel, can be a hot peel. So we are at 10, we'll go to 15, there we go. Beautiful. Now we're gonna bring this back over. Here are our straps. Look at that.
Woohoo!
So beautiful, so cute. And now we are gonna bring our puff vinyl in. And we're going to go ahead and weed our puff vinyl as well. Also, look how well this weeds. Just like, Part of me almost feels like this is easier to weed than the Caesar Easy Weed. It's just like popping right off. And the cuts are super clean. Beautiful. Now, if you want to recreate this exactly like we have, and you're not a Makers Gonna Learn member, no worries. You can try us out. It's kind of like a try before you buy.
Yes.
You can get signed up for our 7-day trial membership.
For $7, the price of a latte.
$7 for 7 days.
Woohoo! And as soon, if you, after 7 days, it'll just be a monthly member, so you'll be able to have all the courses. For $7, you get 20 download credits, so you can download. Like, you could actually make this whole project for, less than $7. You'll be able to download other things, cut files, fonts, you get 20 credits. And then you also get to check out our course portal of all of our top tier courses and just, play around with it for 7 days. So yeah, we love, love, love offering you guys that. So many of you find us and want to get started, and we want to make it super easy. So yay.
Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm separating out my stars. And I'm going to place them where I want them. Now, it is very important that you note where your carrier sheet is in relation to other parts. And let me explain. Let me explain what I mean. So, I don't know if you all noticed, but I was kind of cutting off all of this excess carrier sheet that I didn't need. Just so that nothing like overlaps, because I had one star up here. We can't do that. Why can't we do that? Because this carrier sheet is going to be in the way. However, what I can do is I can pick this up and place this down where I want it, but you have to be mindful about your carrier sheet around your star. So you can even cut it even closer. That way none of the heat transfer vinyl is gonna go over the second piece of carrier sheet. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So we just wanna make sure that this star or none of the carrier sheet goes under like the N, because what's gonna happen is that N is gonna get stuck to the carrier sheet. So you just kind of have to you can layer this, but just be aware of where your carrier sheet is and that it is not underneath another piece of vinyl, okay? So same thing down here. We can place this star right there, but it's fine because that carrier sheet is not touching that F. And actually, I think I want one of the bigger ones, maybe like over here. We'll do a smaller one here.
Love that.
And then I think I did one. See, that got really close to the L, so I'm just gonna cut this extra piece off here. Ask me how I know.
Yeah.
How many times have I done that where I'm like, oh, I can just layer it, it's fine. And I end up ruining my design.
Boom.
I think I like it.
Love it.
I think I'm
Popping off.
this is where we're at. Okay, now, I forgot, but we do have
Bump
to
it down.
bring our heat press down to 200, and I have it, y'all, I have notes. I have it written down so I don't forget. It says between 265 and 280. I would split the difference and probably go like 273.
Yeah. We've linked you the puff. It's from Vinyl Tool Supply.
Yes.
So definitely check that out. Someone asked what's our favorite. This is the one we've been loving lately. So good.
Now, Naturally Mellow.
So you can check out the membership. You can do the trial link, or I'll drop you the link to learn about all of our courses. We are a membership that gives you access to all of the training required to join everything when it comes to learning to master your Cricut. So I am super, super excited for all of you to check it out. And if you go yearly, use the coupon code. I'll put it in the chat. Use code EPIC to save 300, and we'll mail you a special gift as well. So if you want to go all in with us, it's so incredible. And I'm so excited. So yay, love it.
Okay, so we have the heat press bumped down to 272. It didn't like give me a cool, like it's not saying, it's not telling me that it's cooled down enough.
Right.
I mean, I think it is. We're gonna go with it. So this one, I have to remember my seconds because it's all different. It's very
this is
precise.
very precise.
You have to be precise with puff. And what I was telling them is, I don't know, I think that I know that to get the best results with puff, you have to do this with a heat press.
100%.
I was telling them earlier that it might be possible with an easy press, but you have to be
I have tried.
Not
to
a
do
mini
it.
easy press.
I've tried to do a regular easy press, but it was also my first time. The heat press really does help a lot, I will say.
The heat press really does get you the best results. So
Yep.
we're doing the first press at 270, specifically mine is on 272. And we're pressing it for 10 seconds with our first press. Very, very much a lot of pressure, as much pressure as you can get. So we're gonna do 10 seconds first, and then I'm gonna pull it over and I'm gonna show you what it looks like, because I think this is very, very important that you see this, because you could get like, oh my gosh, what is going on?
Yeah. Right
And
now I'm
here,
wondering, oh my gosh, what is going on?
I'm actually saying, oh my gosh, what is going on, because it was too hot.
Oh no.
It was too hot. Do you all see how it's kind of like on the edges?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I had not let this cool down enough. This is why it is so important to make sure
It's the right
it is the
temperatures.
right temperature, the right time, and the right everything.
So explain what's happened.
So you have to do this is a double press process. And what has happened is this was way too hot, and it's actually taking off some of that.
Puff, right?
No, it's taking off some of the sheen of the red
Oh.
because it was too hot.
Honey, I'll never forget my first time working with Puff. I really am scared of it. It just all crinkled. It was so scary.
Well, this is crinkly on the edges, but do you see how it took off?
Aww.
That's because I didn't
hot.
wait long enough to let
Right.
it cool down, which unfortunately is going to be a negative thing that I say about this press, is
Yeah.
because I bumped the temperature down, but it did not say, there's no flashing light, there's no like indication that it is
Yeah. Not the temperature.
ready. It just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, you have to wait till this cools down to peel. Y'all, normally it doesn't do this. Go overhead. Normally it really doesn't do this. I mean, it kind of looks kind of cool,
Great.
but
Just not exactly.
yes, you've got the temperature on this material is so important. I promise you it does not do this. I might actually cut another piece of puff just to kind of show you all. Probably not put it on. I mean, I don't hate the look, but it's definitely not what it should be.
I think we can just compare it to like what it should look like.
Yeah. But you
Look
all
at
love to
that.
see us
It's not
make
always
mistakes.
perfect.
It's not fully puffed up yet either.
That's true. That is true.
We have to, but the if it's too hot, here's what happens.
Looky there.
It pulls off that sheen.
Yeah.
Do y'all? It was just way too hot. It was way too hot. This is what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Way
There
too
is
hot.
a method to the madness, and you have to be on the right method.
Look at that. It was. Now I'm embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little embarrassed because y'all, I know how to work with puff vinyl, but
It's a layered, you know, puff is hard as it is, but doing the layers, you know, that's a good thing to be considerate.
you do have. So when you are layering, if you have a heat press, my suggestion is, if you're layering puff vinyl, set your heat press to your puff vinyl setting. And if you're doing regular vinyl underneath it, use a Cricut Mini Easy Press if you have one.
Yep.
So, once again.
And we've been trying to find a heat press that's more accessible, more affordable than our bigger one. And this is the one we've been playing with from Heat Press Nation. And yeah, it's just like one of the things we don't love. Like we love the, you know, it roll, like the tray moving, but so does it tell you the exact temperature it's at or just the temperature you have it set to?
It just tells me the temperature that I set it to, and then there is an indicator that says set and heat that is lit up. Let's hope it's cooled back down enough, so we're just
committed at this point.
So you have to press it again. We do have to have a Teflon sheet over top of it. We're
this is a short press, right?
8 seconds. We're actually gonna go 8 seconds on this one.
Okay. Da 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 da.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
okay.
It's not great, guys.
Oh,
it's
no.
not great. It's fine. But it's not the material. It is user error and this heat press.
Yeah, we would probably credit it to the heat press.
More so the heat press, because I took notes. I mean, it looks fine if you squint your eyes.
Right.
So just squint.
Land of the free, not land of the perfect.
Nancy says turn the press back. That's right.
I got Sadie cackling over there.
If I turn it...
If you turn it off.
I turned it off and back on, and now it says 350.
What temperature did you want it at?
349. I had it set to 270.
Maybe you just reset to 350.
Maybe.
Claudia says it still looks amazing.
Anyway.
Compare it. So let's just do a comparison.
Let's just compare.
And just to show you all, you know, what would happen. I know, it's like, where'd it go? Let's just put them next to each other so that you all can know, like, if this happens to you, if it was, you know, the temperatures and things like that.
First of all, there's all the extra.
That's an indicator that it
didn't work.
Yeah.
That is too hot.
That's a no-no. Okay?
That's a no-no. There should be nothing left on this sheet.
Right.
Zero anything left on this
Totally.
sheet. Here is the one where we let the press cool down enough. Like, look at those crisp, clean edges.
Love it, love it, love
Like,
it.
there's no hiding imperfections that close with this camera.
So true.
This is what it should look like. Okay? Donna said, I bought a laser thermometer so I can check my temp. Honestly, smart if you're using this.
A cheaper press.
This is what it should not look like. Do y'all see where that's missing? And it's kind of like ripply on the edge. It's giving
Puff should be smooth and like
yes, it should be. It should be smooth. It doesn't truly, like, if I were to hold this up, if I were walking down the street with
you
this,
wouldn't really notice.
you wouldn't notice.
No.
The regular person is not going to notice that this doesn't look like it should. Only crafters will notice that it doesn't look like it should. It does give it a little bit more of a distress.
It's very much, I was gonna say, it looks like it's been washed and washed and washed, you know what I mean?
Yes. It did literally overheat the edges.
Totally.
100%. And that's what overheating your puff does. I'm glad that we had this learning opportunity.
Yeah, totally.
That is why it is very important that as we are creating, we think about all of these things. Now, it's a lot different for us because we are on a live show.
Yeah.
So we have to do this boom, boom, boom. There was no like cool down session. We were able to let the heat press cool down between these two, and it turned out perfectly. So that is why you need to make sure this is how I'm actually kind of glad that it happened.
Yeah, that way
because I'm glad that you all see how important the temperature is with this type of material. Okay? Yes, we use the same press for both shirts. It was just the cool down time was not the same. What are washing directions for puff vinyl?
Great question.
Pretty much the same as your regular HTV. What you're going to want to do, if you are washing, I would wash on the gentle cycle, or even, I mean, if you really want to be easy on it, you can hand wash. But I would for sure wash on the gentle cycle, cold water, flipped inside out.
Yep.
And then if you can hang it up to dry, I would hang to dry before I would put it in the dryer.
Yep.
Because the dryer is just going to crinkle your HTV, and it's just easier. Handmade is hand washed, guys. That's just words to live by around here.
Period.
Okay. So gentle cycle, inside out, cold water.
Easy.
If you put it in a dryer, low heat.
Yeah.
low heat.
Yes.
Hang to dry is going to be best.
Yep.
So, will puff work on canvas bags? I've seen it on t-shirt, but never on canvas. That is a great question, Tara. And if you want me to be honest, I don't know that I've ever tried to put puff on a canvas bag.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. It's a thicker material, but I don't know how that would affect
So
it, you know?
I do know that DTF has a hard time attaching to canvas.
Yeah.
It's very hard to get DTF to attach to canvas. I'm not really sure. Hold on. Hold, please. This is why it is actually important, in my opinion, for you all to ask questions, because we do more if you ask us a question.
Yeah.
Here's a canvas bag. Let's just test it out. We're going to cut a corner of this puff.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Now, is your heat press at the right temperature?
We're going to do, oh no, it's not.
Is it at 350?
Yeah.
Yeah. The heat press is heat pressing today. It's ready to really heat up.
Yeah, it's really ready to heat up. I'm kind of afraid. I've turned it off.
We may have to put this one back on the shelf for a little bit. We may have to, you know.
We may have to pull the StarCraft back out. I don't know.
We love this one in a lot of ways, and we love the.
Trying to cool it down.
Yeah.
It's don't. Let's see. So when I turn it back on, now it says $4.91.
Okay, we're just gonna leave the heat press. You know, the heat press is. It's in its own world today.
Yeah, it really is. I don't know that we can do. Let's pump it down and see if it says. So we're gonna actually go 260 down a little bit further. I guess when the heat stops flashing,
Is it flashing right now?
It's flashing right now.
Okay.
So that may be something, we actually may test that later, see if we can get it to work.
You could also just Google it. I would just Google.
Yeah. Let's go to the Vital Tool Supply website and let's look, because she should have a list of materials that it can work with. So we're going to go to vinylandtoolsupply.com. We're going to go to menu, VTS HTV. This is the 3D Super Puff HTV, metallic specifically. 3D Super Puff HTV.
I love the metallic puff.
Oh, then they have beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colors. What is this discount? I don't know. Okay, so this is the metallic red that we used. Let's scroll down. We recommend a test press before pressing your first design. Yes, yes, yes. Cotton, uncoated polyester, fabric blends, polyester acrylic, and similar fabrics. No nylon.
So I think it could work on canvas, but I just personally am like more questions. So you'll have to try it out and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
But it is just that thicker material. So
Yep.
that's a great question. So good, so fun. I was looking to try to see if there was like any tutorials. I really have seen most of these be more all about like cotton and you know like more t-shirt material.
Yeah.
So I would just pay attention to that and all the different things. But it is a really neat material to use.
So the only
layering
thing
is
that-
like high vibes too.
High vibes, high vibes. The only thing that I would be concerned with layering puff on canvas is the texture of the canvas.
Yeah.
Because it almost has to have a smooth texture on its
Yes.
first application to have the smooth results at the end.
Yeah.
So that would be my only concern. Like if you put it on canvas, are you going to see like the canvas texture through it? And then, I don't know.
I don't know. It'll be fun. But yeah, if you wanted to do this like on a tote bag, I totally see the vision. I think it'd be really fun. I could even see this being like a reverse canvas, if you could get it to work. I mean, I think it would look really cool.
Yeah.
And like pop off. So yay, we love it. Oh my gosh, let us know what you all are working on. If you are taking any current courses, let us know which one you are working through. We are so excited. We've been building some really fun ones, so stay tuned. They'll be coming out later this summer. And we're so excited. So get ready for Memorial Day with this amazing project. Lauren, it was so good. We love the design tips and tricks and the not the drop shadow, the
Straps?
no, the contour that the contour you were teaching really blew me away. That was my favorite part. So yay! Oh my gosh, I hope you all have a great day. We'll see you back here real soon. We're filming a ton of YouTube videos tomorrow. So
we surely
buckle
are.
up. We got a lot of videos coming at you. So if you haven't watched, we just posted a print and cut hack one and like 15 beginner to a pro hacks as well. So definitely check out the channel, watch those if you haven't, and we'll see you back here real soon. Bye guys!